I didn't believe it. This story's crazy. Newsweek is reporting it. Tyre Nichols' rumored connection to cops' ex-wife is under investigation. For those that didn't see the story, I'll give you the gist. Tyre Nichols, of course, pulled over, mercilessly beaten by some awful cops who are charged and I believe should be convicted. A lot of people are trying to wonder why it is these cops beat this guy. Now, if you watch the video, you can see Tyre Nichols. He resists arrest. He gets up and runs. They then grab him, pin him down, pepper spray him, and then beat him, pick him up, and then start beating him more. They kick him while he's down, mercilessly beating this guy. Now, I said, and much to the anger of these leftists, that don't resist. You're not going to win a fight with five guys. Your best course of action is, yes, it may be unjust and it sucks, but you've got to think tactically and strategically, and that is win in the courts if you can. So I don't know what would have happened, but I bet he would not be dead if he didn't resist. However, that's what I said, but that may not be the case now. The reason Tyre Nichols may have actually tried to run is he knew who he was running from. The rumor was he was hooking up with one of those cops' ex-wives, and that guy did not appreciate that. And so Tyre Nichols knew that's what was going on and was like, I better get out of here before they mercilessly beat me to death. So it was a rumor. And everybody was talking about it, but I'm like, I don't know, man. It doesn't seem like the case. They're investigating it. There's actually a reason for them to start looking into this, which is really interesting. Newsweek is reporting the Memphis Police Department is currently investigating rumors regarding a possible connection between Tyre Nichols and the ex-wife or ex-girlfriend of one of the Memphis cops arrested and charged in Nichols' death. This could be that the cop was like, that's the dude. They tracked him down and they beat him to death. Certainly wouldn't be a racist issue thing. And Wednesday morning, Newsweek asked the Shelby County District Attorney's Office if it is investigating possible rumors connecting Nichols to the ex-girlfriend or wife of former Memphis cop Demetrius Haley. Additionally, Newsweek asked about rumors that Haley sent photos of Nichols to his ex-wife following the violent arrest of the 29-year-old black man. All of this is still under investigation. Those are the things, along with the participation of others, that are now the subject of our investigation. Whoa, what? So hold on. Newsweek actually dug some stuff up. Check this out. Rumors that Haley sent photos of Nichols to his ex-wife. This is why they think that may be the case. Haley, one of the cops who mercilessly beats Tyre Nichols, took pictures of him, sends it to his ex. Wow. That's crazy. The spokesperson for the Shelby County DA's office told Newsweek. Erica Williams, the director of communications at the Shelby County District Attorney's Office, clarified to Newsweek the rumors about Nichols having a connection to that woman have not been confirmed. I'm saying we don't know for sure, but this may be the case. We know there have been questions about the officers and fire department personnel on the scene, persons remotely operating cameras, the potential of false reporting, among other things. We are now at the stage of our investigation where we are looking into all of these matters. At this time, none of those accusations are confirmed. However, nothing is off the table, as this is a very active investigation and still early in the investigation. Look, I think that means they found something to suggest it may be true. Not that it is. Because if this was wild internet rumors, they'd come out and say, no, that is not a part of our investigation, that this is a traffic stop. I mean, maybe what they're looking at is if this turns into interpersonal beef, then you got the story of a murder and they can get some heat off their backs. We'll see, though. Last week, 5 Memphis police officers were charged in the death of Nichols, who died from injuries following a traffic stop in the Hickory Hills neighborhood. So we know all this. Some context is it was the 5 officers. They named them. They were charged with 1 count of second-degree murder, aggravated assault, aggravated kidnapping, official misconduct, and official oppression. The officers executed a traffic stop of Nichols on January 7th, and he was hospitalized shortly afterward with critical injuries. On January 10th, doctors pronounced him deceased, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation said in a statement. Following the death of Nichols, rumors circulated on social media that there was a connection between the ex-girlfriend or wife of Haley and Nichols. Breaking news. I am being told that Tyre Nichols was in a relationship with and worked at a Memphis FedEx with Memphis Police Demetrius Haley's ex-girlfriend and baby mama. After the beating, Officer Haley took pictures of Tyre Nichols' face and sent it to his baby mama. Actor Sir Major wrote on Twitter. Newsweek previously conducted a fact check surrounding the claim and rated it unverified due to a lack of evidence. Additionally, Facebook user John Best said that he recently spoke with Nichols' parents, who said the rumor was not true. Take that into consideration as well. After the introduction, I asked them any messages that they want me to send to the community, and Pop said yes. And with a stern and firm tone, he said, squash that rumor about our son dating one of those officers' wives. Please squash that rumor. That is not true. Now, here's the deal. The police department stands to gain if the rumor is true. Right now, they're saying your cops are bad cops. You did this. If the police department or the DA can come out and be like, actually, this had nothing to do with police. It was two guys beefing over a woman. They can try and absolve themselves of some responsibility. That being said, for the family, if that is true, it makes their claim against the police department lesser. I don't think any of it matters, to be honest. I don't think, look, the police are going to be held responsible for this, and they need to be. The video is absolutely brutal. And I think when it comes to any kind of lawsuit, the police are going to be in trouble because they're going to say you had 4 other cops on scene. That was the police department. Even if it was this guy was dating this girl's girlfriend or wife, why did they not stop it? Why did they participate? And if they're all in on it, then why is the police department allowing these dudes, they got to take responsibility for what that badge represents. They say in a tweet Wednesday afternoon, Alex how do you pronounce that? Caprarello wrote, claims that Tyre Nichols was in a relationship with the ex-partner of Officer Demetrius and Haley, and that Nichols was targeted because of it. A spokesperson for Nichols' family says they have no evidence to support that rumor. That doesn't mean a whole lot, man. They said Newsweek reached out to Nichols' family attorney, Ben Crump, for comment. And this was updated on February 1st at 5 p.m. The story was updated with new information from the Shelby County District Attorney's Office and further context from Nichols' family. If it turns out to have been a lover's quarrel, it changes everything. And it is apocalyptically bad news for the activists who are trying to blame policing in general. I did a segment talking, and I'll say it again for the Young Turks who are going to make a fake video about this. I am not saying it's true. I'm saying the DA said they're investigating it. That's all. It could very well be fake. I don't know the probability. And now I'm going to opine on what it may mean if it is or isn't true. Hey, how about that one? You see, they did a video where they were claiming that it was racist and brain dead for me to say that because the Memphis Police Department was struggling with funding, that they lowered their standards because they were desperate for cops, and then they got bad cops, and 2 of the 5 cops were brought on when standards were dropped. How is that racist? What does that have to do with race? It's the only thing they have to actually make, the only thing they can say. It's everything they fall back to. AOC, when talking about Ilhan Omar, is like, oh, removing her from one committee, and she's still in others, is racism targeting women of color. Because these people are one-dimensional comic book villains, or I should say they're comic book henchmen. They don't have any original ideas. The only argument they can come up with is, it must be racism. That's why I say maybe to a story like this, because I'm willing to entertain all possibilities. I'm certainly willing to entertain that there are money-grubbing race grifters who are trying to jump on this story despite the fact it was 5 black cops who beat a black man to death. Bad thing. Bad cops. Not a race thing. Yet you still get, Van Jones on CNN saying it is racism. And then I see these leftists and they're like, the right can talk about self-hating male feminists, but they can't understand self-hating black cops. And it's like, bro, those are completely different things. I don't think that male feminists hate men. And I don't think that black cops hate black people. And that's not the argument. They're trying to argue, I guess now, that male feminists are misandrists and that's why they're feminists. Is that what you're saying? Because that's a ridiculous argument. No, I certainly think it's possible for people to be racist. I certainly think it's possible for people to be self-hating. Or I guess in that regards, like you can be a white person who hates white people. There's tons of white people on the left who hate white people. And you can be a male feminist who hates males. But I don't care if that's your motivation. I care if your argument is right or wrong. I care if the circumstances and the outcome are good or bad. In this circumstance, we have a bad outcome. So why is it that I can do a video and I'm like, hey, it's really bad these cops did this. And this is what happens when you defund police, you get bad cops. And they're still mad at me. No matter what you say to the psychotic death cult of the left, and not every leftist, I'm saying, just the death cult itself, they will tell you you're wrong. They could come out and be like, the sky is blue, and you'll be like, you know what? You actually it kind of is. And they'll be like, I can't believe it. No, you're so dumb. I wasn't. No. That's what happens. I'm not interested. Let's see if this story is true. It changes everything. We'll see. Maybe it's not. Next segment's coming up in a few minutes. Stick around and I'll see you all shortly.